Welcome to the Pixelberry Choices podcast, and today we're going to be talking about chapter 11 of Wake the Dead. And this chapter, compared to the last chapter, was full of action and a lot of interesting stuff happens in this chapter. Some things that I never hoped would happen. So we're at the haunted house in that carnival, or what was once a carnival, to be honest. And we are almost backed up by, first you see a woman with black, coloring in her eyes and kind of weird get up like the Raiders. And then we see the man standing. Knuckles, of course, is there. And we see that that woman is Slage, their leader who Knuckle mentioned back at the Sunflower Creek colony. And then we don't have much of a choice but to fight. They're here to take us, and by the looks of it, Slage is more interested not in all of our friend groups or colony but in our main character. They're addressing us by our name, surname, everything, and they really want to take revenge because they think we hurt their pride, we attacked them, and we try to make amend by saying what Knuckles and Boot they were doing back at the colony. They're threatening the people. It was not the right thing to do. But Sledge is not the one who would listen to what's right and wrong. She also, like them, wants to take us down and supports all the crime the group committed against people who are who are trying to just thrive for themselves. Then we see more raiders coming out, and then one of them was a woman who had a bite mark in her hand. So we genuinely get surprised because if you have a bite mark, you need to cut that organ off like we did with Mina, or you die. But how she is alive and functioning with that thing. So that woman tries to play it cool, like she's tough and strong. So she just won over it, but then we can say that this is not possible, no matter how strong she is. One is, but then one of the raiders say that she would have been a dead meat if not for a medicine. So there is a remedy for zombie bite mark, and by the looks of it, we understood that this raiders gang and Slage they have it. And then the fight starts, but before they give us a warning, specifically Slage, that our friend can leave and our main character will be the only person they'll be talking or dealing with. Then Troy leaves, saying that, well, he will just get out of the way. And we kind of get shocked that Troy is leaving us. But then on his way out, he winks at us. And then when Raider was about to attack us, we get this awesome art scene. Troy is just breaking through the window and is swinging in and kicking Knuckles. Again, one down Knuckle. And that was an epic art scene. And also, I feel like this was a very significant thing because last chapter we're having the conversation with Troy if he chose his route, that how Troy planned to get out of the tower, and we were asking what would have happened to us, whether you will take me with you or not. So we had a little bit tension between us. So I think this scene sort of, like Troy got to prove himself that he would not just leave the main character. Even if he's leaving the main character, it's because he wants to come back stronger and with something useful to help. So I think this scene was really significant with Troy. And then we get out of there, and then we sort of get separated from everyone so that we can regroup outside. And when we get outside, we see the raiders are standing there, and there's a fight scene between them and us. And we can use some of the things, but also one important thing is that I forgot to mention, that in this chapter finally we can get rid of the shiny armor. So the silver one, I guess. So we will wear a vest, the kind of vest that can help you from bullet wound and stuff. So basically that would help, and you will change your outfit for the very first time since wearing that silver outfit or that shining armor. So that vest will help us in the fight for sure. But then we will see. But no matter how hard we fight, we're gonna get backed up, and then we will use one of the carousels to get on them and sort of prevent their attack. But still, we will see Knuckle getting on one of the rides and shooting at us. And if we got the vest, it will help us. That it would just we'll feel the pain, but with minimal damage or nothing, no damage at all. If you are wearing the vest, and then Knuckle will be knocked out in the fight too, and then we will have to turn to our help that we earlier in the last chapter said that we don't want to make really loud noises, because if we do that, it's going to be really bad. The zombies will get attracted to this, but now we are backed up by we are backed against the wall almost, and the raiders are on us. So we tell Angel in this diamond scene, we can tell her that to crack up the music so all the zombies come down. And we see the first zombie was taken down easily by Slade, but as the intensity increases, the zombies come attacking them, so they sort of get distracted with killing the zombies, and we also have to kill our own zombies in our own way. But then we will have to make a dash for it. So we will get out of there, and I believe you will receive one item if you took the diamond scene also. But even what's more interesting is that in the last chapter you got a dirt, poison dirt or something. So you will get to use that to knock out Knuckle before the whole zombie thing started, and then you will go out and you will try to go to your horses, but you will see one horse is missing. So Ellie will go to check on that horse, which will be lying on the ground and is clearly attacked by a zombie. And then he will also get attacked by a zombie. And in a shocking turn of events, you'll go to help Ellie. You will even help him, but you will see that the damage is already done. He has been beaten by a zombie. So as he's bit by a zombie, we know we would have to apply the rule number 3 that anybody who is bit, they get left behind. So Ellie will try to tell us, but we are not ready to give up on Ellie. And we will see on his left shoulder, I believe, the injury. So that was portrayed really well. So this was a shocking thing, and we go through all the emotional stuff, and if specifically more so if you chose to spend the time in the last chapter with Ellie, his fears. So even Ellie says that I thought you would be the problem, but look, I am the problem here. So he insists that he will stay here, and we should just kill him or something. But Angel even says that we just can't kill him. He's Ellie, and that's for my place where I saved her parents. So let me know if she says something else for someone else's playthrough. But then we will ride on the same horse with Ellie, and we'll sort of guide him towards Survivor's Lodge, our colony. And we will get there, and we'll inform Dirk and everyone that Slade is coming and we need to prepare for the fight. And Dirk will, as usual, will be on a rough behavior, like just we are worthless, and we are bringing all this in dangers upon the colony. But this time we will not just be calm, because we just can't. So we will just, because Dirk will insinuate that we should have just left Ellie, but we can't do that. So we will get really angry, and we will give Dirk a piece of our mind. And then Dirk will say that Mac supervises on Ellie, and Shannon is on to finding some kind of remedy for this. And when someone says he's already a dead mate, that sort of clears our memory, and we come to think of the time when one of the raiders said that one of them would have been a dead mate if not for a remedy, some kind of medicine. So we sort of think about it, and in the room where Shannon was doing some research on how to stop the spread, we'll also get a lore. So that is a research specimen back from the tower. We can read it and we can understand how this virus is spread and how the transition happens, and how long will Ellie remain himself, and how long he'll be affected after how long. And then we see that we know a lot about it, but we can't do much to stop from Ellie from transitioning into a zombie unless or until we get the remedy from them. And then we can also build another fortification. So I went for the fortification in this scene, rather than fighters. Let me know what you guys chose. And then we see the raiders are outside and they're prepared to attack, but we say that we will go outside. We don't want this fight because we want the remedy for Ellie, and if we fight we may lose it or we may not want to get it, so we want to just talk so we can say our final goodbye, because raiders don't want the whole colony, they want us. That's what they said from the very first back in the haunted house too. So we go out, but before going out we can bid everyone goodbye: Ellie, Troy, Angel, Shannon. And it's just not only one person but all of them, one by one, taking turn. You can say goodbye. So that was really emotional, specifically with Ellie and everyone, to be honest. Also, now we need to save Ellie and we have a mission, so we go out to talk with Sledge. And if you have chosen all the diamond scenes and if you fought well, so fighting well will impress Sledge, and you will tell her that you are here to get the remedy for your friends and you don't want to fight, because if you fight then, well, the solstice is coming, the zombie surge is coming, so that will weaken both the forces. Sledge, they might win the war but they will lose their forces, and with the zombie surge coming out, they don't want that. So then Sledge seems to consider it, and then Sledge sort of looks like she will change her mind, but she says to come with her and sit in her vehicle, and they're taking us somewhere. So where our main character is headed with the raiders, with Sledge, the notorious leader of the raiders, we don't know. Our enemy and our cruel gang, we are at their mercy. What will happen in the next chapter, and will we get the remedy and save Ellie? Of course, I know we will get it, because he's a love interest after all. But also, one thing to mention: when we were trying to escape from in the carnival from a carousel, the zombies were attacking after we made the noise, and raiders were busy, and all our friends went out. And when we were coming off that carousel, we just feel for a tiny little second there was a description that we feel that someone with a cold eye is watching us, like from far away, someone is observing us. And then we come down, the feeling is gone. So there could be a twist. Who was watching us? It does say someone was watching us with a cold eyes, and there's a description like that, but very short time, it just goes away as soon as we come down, and then new action. But I think that could be significant. Who could that be? The description was ominous. I mean, it was very short, would seem insignificant, but the way it was, I'm telling you, it was significant and ominous description that someone's watching you with cold eyes, something along those lines. I can't remember properly, but it was interesting. So who could that be, and how significant this scene can be in future? So we will see about that. Let me know in the comments your thoughts and opinions. So the chapter, we took the vest and we sort of outsmarted the raiders, and you can play them loud music and you can escape the raiders. You will, in that process, you will impress Sledge also, as it seems, and then Ellie will get beaten by a zombie, and then you will come back. I chose to increase the fortifications. I chose the lore to study about the zombie spread and how a victim changes. And then we will go out. We will bid goodbye to everyone, including Ellie. And we will see that we will sort of talk with Sledge and raiders that we don't want to fight. And then also, one thing I forgot to mention, the frog toy you brought from there, you will give that to the little girl, and then you will have to go with Sledge or the raiders wherever they're taking you. And what will happen? We'll find it out in the next chapter. But so far, this is amazing. Last chapter was a blast. Let's see what happens, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace out.